Hey everyone, I'm Paige Tyler, and if you don't already know me, I write romantic suspense and paranormal romantic suspense along with my hubby. We've got werewolves in the SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team and Stat Special Threat Assessment Team series, shifters in the XOP series, and Navy SEALs in the Seals of Coronado series. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a regular, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about the SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team series and the story behind it. They're tight, they're on target, they're as alpha as men can get. The Dallas SWAT team is hiding one hell of a secret. They're a pack of alpha wolf shifters. Legend says that every werewolf has one person out there who will love and accept them for who and what they are. But for these wolves, finding the one is just the beginning of the adventure. Emphasis on adventure. The whole SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team series came about because hubby thought we should rate a zombie romance. Now, we already had a zombie romance, and that book is called I Kissed a Zombie and I Liked It. But that's another video with another fun story behind it. Now, back to the SWAT series. The funniest thing about the series is that it almost never happened. Hubby and I were working on outlines for several books that were supposed to be part of a steamy series based on the different divisions of a police department: burglary, homicide, cybercrimes, etc. It was never intended to be paranormal or even romantic suspense. It was going to be straight steamy romance. But even though we'd come up with at least half a dozen stories, they had lots of steamy romance sprinkled with a touch of police drama here and there. None of them really worked. In fact, we were about to drop the whole idea until hubby and I were texting back and forth about it after he went to work, and he made a crack about adding a zombie to the series. That's kind of his go-to plot device. I immediately put my foot down and said, no more zombies. We'd already written I Kissed a Zombie and I Liked It, and even though I loved that book, I wasn't sure I wanted to do another one of those. Then I added, if we put anything paranormal in there, it's going to be a werewolf. Next thing we knew, the SWAT series was born. Okay, there are two things that make the SWAT series different from some of the other books in the genre. First is our take on the traditional werewolf. When we first came up with the SWAT series, we decided to go in a somewhat non-traditional direction on the whole werewolf theme. In our mythology, we didn't go with the cursed monster that only shows up during the full moon because it wouldn't really work with what we needed them to do as cops. So we went in a totally different direction. To start with, our werewolves aren't created by getting bitten or scratched by another werewolf. They're born with a gene that only turns on when the person, man or woman, because yes, we have female werewolves on the SWAT team, goes through an adrenaline-pumping life or death traumatic situation. That's how they become werewolves. The type of trauma they go through also determines what kind of werewolf they turn into. If they do something heroic, like risking their life to save someone, they become alphas. If they experience something traumatic, but aren't in a situation where they risk their lives, they become betas. And if they're filled with rage or hatred when they go through a traumatic event, they become omegas. And we have all three in our series, obviously. But even after the change, we still handle our werewolves a bit differently than most of the legends. In our world, the werewolves run the gamut from people with some werewolf attributes like claws and fangs, keen vision, sense of smell, as well as strength, speed, and aggression, etc., to those who can shift into a wolf with four paws and a tail. We really love the idea of being able to write about werewolves in all their possible forms, and when you have as many books in the series as we do with SWAT, 17, it's important to keep the stories fresh. Something else that makes our books different is the way the team interacts with each other. As the name of the series implies, these guys are as alpha as they can get, so they're pretty rough and tumble, even with each other. When you read the books, you're going to see a pack of werewolves who are really tight, but behave like you'd expect a bunch of big, strong, testosterone-laden guys to behave. They rip each other and get into fights, not to mention turn everything into a competition. Now, while the female alpha werewolves on the team don't get into fights like the guys, they can definitely hold their own. But what's most important is that they're not only a team or even a pack, but a family. They'll do anything for each other and for the people they love. Now, there's also the recurring theme in all our books in that series, that there's one person in the world who can love our werewolves for who and what they are. Now, you can read the books in this series in any order because after you read one, you'll want to read all of them. I'll be posting videos about each book in the SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team series, giving you an inside look at the characters and talking about how we came up with the story, as well as lots of other stuff. So if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, click on that subscribe button. Also, the links to the SWAT Special Wolf Alpha Team series on my website, as well as social media, are below in the description. If you have any questions or comments, post those below too. And there's a link to a free book there too. It's called Seal of Her Dreams, and it's from our Seals of Coronado series. I know you'll love it, so grab your copy. Happy reading, and I will see you next time.